Welcome back to another episode of The Pick for your Game Week 6 review. And of course, with me, my co-host Antonio. Antonio, what's going on, bro?
Nothing much. I love fantasy separation, but you know how it goes.
Yeah. Pressure in the camp as usual. All right, so as usual, guys, we're going to run through the past action. Of course, show you our teams and how we did. And then, of course, we're going to big up with this Dean, the person that's on top of our league, our fantasy pavilion head to head. But before we get all into that, just want to do quick, a quick shout out here. So Javed Khan, as some of you all will know in the local FPL community, big FPL player, right? Really big in the dance. He's doing us Twitter Spaces tomorrow with some big names as well. So just want you guys to go and check it out, show him some love and great insight. And the way he views and looks at FPL and the advice that he gives is top notch. So go follow him there at FPL Dagger FC. Check out that space some more. It's gonna be great, impactful. Two of the guys that he gonna have as guests have always been in the top ranks for the FPL fantasy FPL leagues. So go check it out, right? And as of course too, if you want to just get some advice from him, pick his brain. He's a open guy. He doesn't beat up. He will help you out, and he does write articles and whatnot on his Twitter as well. So you can check him out. So yeah. All right. So let's slide right in. So we're gonna run through the action real quickly. So first up, we had Manu playing Aston Villa. So Manu nil, Aston Villa 1. So on the Manu side, Maguire came off injured, but was able to get the clean sheet points before he came off the field. So 7 points for him. He would have been the highest scorer there for the man amongst the Manu players. Bruno would have scored higher, but unfortunately missed a penalty there. And that's really the talking points on the Manu side in terms of the points. Martinez coming back into the fold, 4 saves, 1 point. Clean sheet points, of course, 90-minute points, and grab the 2 bonus points of the game. So he would have rounded off with 9 points there. House, or Hoise, however you pronounce his name, please forgive me, scored the winning goal, of course. Bonus points, clean sheet points, played the full 90, rounding off a 15-point game. Brilliant. You have Konsa and Target with 6 points each, Mings with 7, and Cash with 5. Douglas Luiz with the assist, rounding off with 7 points. Antonio, this was a boss of a game, but who do we look ahead to based on this performance in terms of picking as we go forward in FPL?
I know a lot of newbies will look at Jose, well, House, how I pronounce his name, but he was just a substitute for Twazembe. So I would not go for him because I don't think he will start next game. Um, Martinez, if you have him, keep him. He is a vital role to play in that backline. Trust. If I were to pick somebody for the backline, though, I would go with Cash. He is an attacking threat. He crosses the ball and he does take shots sometimes. But that would be about it for Aston Villa assets for me. So I would go with Cash if you don't already have Aston Villa defender, or if you have Martinez, as I said before, keep him. You're guaranteed to get points. He makes a lot of saves. Even if he concedes, you will get saving points. And well, for Manchester United, well, I don't know what to say.
Hmm.
Margot should definitely be on pens, but I think they would give Bruno another chance. And if he does happen to mess it up again, well, he would lose his card for that. And they are in a tough spot because they have lost of Maguire. They played Dalot and quite recently, which the last few minutes, last half an hour ago, they came back and won against Villarreal, and that flank with Dalot looks very vulnerable. So if they play next, they need to look out for that because I feel like they will concede a lot. So stay away from Man United defenders for sure. And if you're going with an attacking asset, stick to Ronaldo. and probably Greenwood. Yeah.
All right. So next up, big game, big clash between title contenders. Chelsea nil, City 1.
Mm.
So of course, nothing of note on the Chelsea side with Aspie and Christensen. Nothing to talk about with Chelsea. City, however, so Edison 6 points, Cancelo 12, Walker 7, Diaz and Laporte 5 points each, Jesus 8 points. Antonio, tell us your standouts there. Who you think will be good to consider for the upcoming game week?
Definitely Cancelo is the best option to go with right now. Seeing that Trent is injured, he won't be playing for a while. So Cancelo is definitely a bargain, seeing that he is like 1.5 million less. Jesus is a good attacking option if you're looking for an attacking player from Manchester City. He is playing on the wings right now, so he's getting a lot of assists, and he is capable of scoring, cutting in and shooting. My advice would go with Cancelo if you don't already have him. If you want an attacking option, definitely Jesus. Look out for Kevin De Bruyne, probably later down. He is in form and he's catching back himself. So if you're looking to swap out Bruno later on, as my friend Aaron had said a little earlier, swap out Bruno if he isn't performing and maybe bring in Kevin. So yeah, that's my pick for now. And this game in particular, I find Chelsea play like they were afraid. Like they played scared. They played like they were in the Etihad and not at Stamford Bridge.
Hmm.
They let City rule them in this entire game.
Hmm.
And that's scary because City does is a controlling team. Once you give them possession too long, they will pound you.
All right. Yeah. Can't say any more to that. Watford, Newcastle. So Watford 1, Newcastle 1. Breaking down the points again. So Foster again, holding on for Backman. 5 saves. So he made that extra point. One more save and would have gotten 2 extra points. Brilliant. Not too bad. 3 points there for him. Of course, Sa with the goal and a total of 9 points. And then we have King, of course, who I have recommended. Did put him in my previews. 5 points with the assist. Not bad at all. Of course, we have Longstaff with the goal for Newcastle and St. Maximin with the assist. St. Maximin with 8 points, Longstaff with 8 points. Another good day of action for St. Maximin. And Antonio, so do we start taking St. Maximin serious? I mean, he's really been holding the mantle well while Callum has been out.
Yeah, for sure. He is the attacking threat for this team. Um, this was their game to win. They had a really good game. Unfortunately, Longstaff missed a very easy sitter, and they had to pay the price because it's down to the end was when Saka came and scored this goal and grabbed those bonus points. But so it goes sometime. I would advise people stay away from Newcastle defenders. They aren't looking as steady defensively. Same for Watford. They do concede a lot, but attacking wise, you might get an attacking return. Maximum, if you have him, keep him. Definitely for the price and the amount of points he brings in, definitely keep him. Even if he has to come off your bench and make points. Sa, if you have him, keep him. That's a bargain right now. He is in form and he has been scoring back to back. So, yeah.
All right. Next up, Everton versus Norwich. Big game. Everton 2, Norwich nil. We were warned. We were warned, Antonio, by your friend. We were warned. Don't pick any Everton defenders. Don't touch Everton. But let's go into it really quickly. So Pickford didn't make any saves like to warrant any points, but 6 points with the clean sheet. Keane made 8 points. Mina and Godfrey both making six and Digny making five. The my Ballon d'Or nominee, the Corey, 11 points. What else does he need to do to convince you guys? Pick him. Put him in your team. Townsend again, quietly doing what he does, playing really well for Everton. No time to settle, just playing really good. Allen with 6 points, another assist for him, not too bad. Might be a guy to consider. And Gray. Gray didn't score for us, but he assisted. Cannot be upset with that at all, at all, at all. Right? Nothing up top to talk about. And of course, on the Norwich side, nothing to talk about, but They are playing Burnley next, and Pookie might be someone to consider. Antonio, who do we look forward to pick from Everton as they're playing Man U next? Who do you think they should be looking at?
Definitely not any Everton defenders. If I were to pick a player from Everton, which I already have, I have Townsend and Mary Gray, and they both gave me points last game. But I feel like you see that left flank, the Korika caused some problems, and I can see the Corey and probably Gray coming up on the score sheets for next game. So if you have them, play them for sure. Because Man United, they are conceding a lot of recent and they have defensive injuries, so take advantage of that. Because when they leak badly. So yeah.
All right. So next up, nice game, Leicester Burnley. So let's start. So Tillemans with the assist, 7 points for him, and of course Vardy with the hat trick. A crazy hat trick, but hat trick nonetheless, scoring an own goal and then patching an own goal with a brace. Brilliant. That's what you want from your striker. So 11 points for him, not bad. And then Nacho with the assist, 4 points. So that was the main high scorers here for Leicester. And of course, on the Burnley side, we had Corney consistently so far scoring for Burnley again, 5 points for him. Westwood, 4 points with the assist. And Verda, 5 points with the assist. So not too bad there. And Burnley playing Norwich next. Who do we look at for them, and who do we look at for Leicester going forward?
Um, for Burnley, I would say maybe McNeil and Kone. Now, Burnley has a lot of tall players and a lot of attack interests. Tarkowski for sure. And if they are to get from corners or set play, free kicks, their big players will take advantage of Norwich for sure. So if you have which I highly doubt if anybody has any winning players at this point, but if you have a winning defender, Tarkowski in particular, keep him, play him. Kone, as you said, back to back. If you have him, play him. These are the games that they will go after. I think they need to get their first win. So I think they will look to punish Norwich if they do get a chance. And for Leicester, I will not go for any Leicester defenders, period, for this season because they are looking terrible defensively.
Correct.
Uh, I would definitely go with Vardy. Vardy has been bringing in the points, and for you to come back and score 2 goals back to back after you score that own goal, his mental has to be really good to come back from that. So
Yeah.
I will go with it. And Iheanacho, I am so vexed that they don't start Iheanacho anymore. I do not know why. Because every time he comes on, he brings points, he brings something to the game different, and they always come back and they win. But I really don't know what they are they are doing right now. But as I said, Tillemans, he's a sometimes player. He'll give you 7 points this day, belong next 2 game weeks, and come back with a banger and probably
Correct.
score 1 2. So yeah, be wary of the midfielders. But Vardy, if I had to pick a player, Vardy for sure.
Correct. Correct. All right. So next up. All right. So next up, we had Leeds, West Ham. Everyone was predicting a blowout here. Noticing Leeds did not put together a strong team because of the wicked injuries that they're going through right now. But they held their own. Wasn't too bad. And of course, Rafinha coming in with another goal. So he had 8 points. Cleach with the assist, 5 points. Right, those were the two main talking points for the game so far. Messler made 5 saves, so he would have gotten that 1 point extra. But because of his yellow card and the goals conceded, he received a lot of minus points. He could have potentially finished with 3 points or at least two. Right, so Fabianski made 4 saves for West Ham, so he'd have gotten that extra point. So he got 3 points in total. So as I always keep telling you guys, please look at these stats for these goalkeepers. These goalkeepers are going to get you these saves. So pay attention to that. Not every goalkeeper is going to get you a clean sheet, but you have a great chance of getting at least 3 points, 2 points, 2 points from a goalkeeper is great because remember their job is to concede. So you want them to put down some saves, right? Um, so the big scorers here for West Ham would have been Rice, 6 points with the assist, and of course the big man Antonio coming in real clutch, real clutch with a goal here and giving us 8 points. And of course Bowen with the other assists, 5 points in total. So another great day at the office for West Ham. Glad for them with the victory. And who do we look forward to? Who do we put on our radar? Antonio?
Definitely Antonio for sure. Once he is fit, you play him. You don't ever drop him. He is the focal point of that team as it stands right now. Him and Ben Rama. Ben Rama didn't have a bad game either, but as he didn't show up on the points this game week. He showed up on the field, but not on the points. Um, that'll be it for my pick for West Ham for now. Some decent run of games coming up. Some challenging ones as well. Rafinha, on the other hand, for Leeds, that's the only player I would pick from Leeds right now. I wouldn't put any other player on my team but Rafinha. He's definitely the focal point of that team, and he is bringing in the points. Even if they lose, he is bringing in points. Assist or goal that comes from him. So, yeah.
All right. Next up, big game, big score, big result. Brentford 3, Liverpool 3. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. You can't write this. You just can't. So Raya with 3 saves, even though he conceded 3 goals, got the -1 for conceding those goals. He made 3 saves, would have gotten the extra point there. So 2 points for Raya. Pinnock with 7, scoring the goal. Janssen with 4 with the assist. Coming down to Janelt with the goal, 10 points for him. Misser with the goal, 6 points for him. And of course, the undroppable Tony. Guys, do not take on peer pressure, right? My co-host and good friend always telling me, drop Tony, drop Tony. I'm not dropping Tony. Or any Brentford asset for that matter. Janssen is staying and Tony is staying. Moving on to the Liverpool side now. So we had Henderson with the assist. We had Jones with a screamer. Beautiful screamer. So he had 8 points. Henderson had 7 points. We had Fabinho with an assist, 5 points. Jota with the goal, 7 points. Salah with the next goal, 7 points in total. So not too bad for them at all. And of course, Robertson with one of the assists as well, but he got a yellow card. And of course, he would have got the minus for conceding the 3 goals. So that would have messed up with his points. He would have potentially had at least 5 points. But not too bad for a defender conceding 3 goals.
Yep.
So that's it. That's the roundup there for this match here. So, Antonio, who do we look forward to and consider for the upcoming game weeks?
In my opinion, I have Janssen, and I haven't been playing him as much, and I feel like I am paying the price because he made points back to back, and I didn't play him. So if you have a Brentford defender, Janssen, play him for sure. Pinnock has an injury, I believe, so I'm not sure if he'll play next game.
Correct.
I didn't
His
get to see
injury.
that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes, but still they look defensively stoned that they look defensively. So yeah. Tony, decent shout. If you have him, you can play him. He does I give more of an assistant role to Embuemo, but that's the problem. Embuemo misses a lot of chances, but he would score given the amount of chances that he gets. So hopefully we can get some points out of him. So if I were to make a pick, I would stick between Janssen and Tony. I mean, Raya's a good shot as well because he makes a lot of saves.
Correct, of course.
So if you have Raya as your focal keeper or your second keeper, he's definitely one to keep. And for Liverpool, of course, Mohamed Salah, Jota, who I had for the beginning of the season, and I sold him last game. We came on, showed up. So I end up feeling the wrath of that. But other than that, they played a decent game. Now, Liverpool are without Trent, and I think they have a pretty big game coming up soon. So I don't know how that is going to turn out defensively. So if I were you and you have double Liverpool defenders, I would probably drop one and start another player because I feel like they would concede. But Salah would be the guy. Jota, Salah, Jota. And but Firmino looks solid because he came on, he scored a brace yesterday, I believe. So yeah, he looks like they want to get a little sweat in this weekend because he is more senior player as well. So
Yeah. And Fabinho, as you said, Fabinho scored last game week. assist in this game week. So that might be a cool midfielder to look at. Yeah. So next up, Southampton nil, Wolves 1. This was a decent watch. Nothing to talk about really on the Southampton side in terms of FPL points. McCarthy didn't do anything saves wise. So we'll go right over to Wolves. So of course, this is one of the scenarios I'm talking about. The real freaky scenarios where your goalkeeper scores 14 points. I had him on my bench, but that's okay. So Jose Sa, 14 points, 3 bonus points. Clean sheet points, 90-minute points. He made 3 saves, so you got an extra point for that. So you would have probably potentially finished with 13, and he finished with 14 because of those 3 saves. Saiz in the back with the clean sheet, so he got 7 points. Semedo, Cody, Kilman, and Martial all rounding off with 6 points. Then you have, well, in the middle, nothing much to talk about in terms of points, but Jimenez with the goal. Really glad for Jimenez as a fan of football. Right? Forget the FPL, but as a fan of football, really glad to see him recovering, getting back from the injury, and of course, scoring a goal finally. We wish him more goals. So Jimenez with 8 points. So this game was very interesting because we had our goalkeeper as the assistant. That is why Jose Sa would have racked up all those points. So this was a very interesting game. So Antonio, give us our who do you think we should be looking forward to? Who should we consider as we move forward?
Um, I was really banking on Southampton to pull off a clean sheet in this game, seeing that Wolves were having the best run of form, but Wolves came out and surprised us, and I'm glad to see Jimenez back on the score sheet again. Sa, I felt it with Saka. I have Sa on my bench, and I didn't play him this week because he made me suffer the week before. But I paid the price for that for sure. And if you have Jimenez and you feel now is his time, then play him. Because I mean that was where their goals will come from. Because Traore isn't looking his best right now, and to be fair, he is their best player. Jimenez, that is. Um, when it comes to Wolves defenders, it's 50-50. You'll have a great game one week, terrible game the next week. So my advice is if you have a Wolves defender, start them depending on who they play. If it's an easier team, probably from like the bottom half of the table, yeah, you could probably risk your biscuits there. But other than that, that's it for me. Livermento as a big player. No points this game week, but if you have him, play him. I mean, you kind of get a defender for that price and who does as much as he does. And I'm pretty sure he'll bring any points, but later down in the season. Because right now, I feel like Southampton aren't having their best. So we'll see as they go along.
But even though the results not too hot, they're not like getting battered and they've been getting
Yeah,
some really
it's like
odd
one
results. So
goal.
yeah.
Yeah,
And we were what 6 minutes, if so much, from getting a clean sheet. So I mean, those are, yeah, I think Liverpool is a great shout as a cheap defender, especially if you want to cater for your Ronaldo's, Lukaku's, and all that, and your sons. So yeah, for sure. All right, next up, the only game that mattered for this weekend. Great game. We did our first live for this. And speaking of live, let's not say we will be doing the next live, Antonio, this Sunday for the City Liverpool match.
yeah, for sure.
Right, so we will be back live this Sunday. So let's get into this game. So nothing to talk about in the back. Well, of course, just for Ramsdale. Ramsdale made three saves. So you would have gotten that extra point for the save. So you got 3 points. And of course, I want to talk about the boys from Arouca, right? Saka and Smith-Rowe, right? The boys from Arouca, Hail N. Haha. But Saka with 13 points because he scored and assisted. Smith-Rowe scored and assisted 12 points with a combined 15 points. That is madness, right? And of course, Aubameyang, the my captain, with 7 points scoring the goal. Great to see him back on the score sheet as well. That gives me a lot of confidence going forward. And of course, the usual suspect for Tottenham's Son was a great goal. Really was. 7 points for him. And of course, Reguilon. consistent scoring so far in between. 4 points for the assist. So not too bad. So I mean, no, I normally tell you guys I will let you know when to get Arsenal assets. Is now is not the time as yet. But I mean, seeing as they now have 3 wins on the trot, is it time now, Antonio, to consider some Arsenal assets? Sorry, and do we also consider any Tottenham assets outside of Sun, or do we just stick with Sun?
Stick with Son definitely. Kane is having a sour time right now.
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
unlucky. Um, Arsenal. I really like how they look defensively. The defensive shape looks really good. Tommy Rossi made a huge difference in the back, and now that Gabriel is also back, it is tough to break them down. And their next game is against Brighton, and Brighton don't really have much of an attacking force besides Mope. So I would back them to get a clean sheet next game week, and probably because for the next few game weeks they will have like I could back up for some clean sheets for the next few game weeks as well. So I am actually going for Ramsdale because he's a cheap keeper, 4.5 I believe, and I could do with the little savings of money. Midfield, I feel like my bet would be Saka. Saka look really good in that Tottenham game. He looked really well, and I would definitely try to get him in my team. If not next week, then probably the following week with the extra free transfer. Yeah, and Aubameyang is not a bad shout either. To me, I just like Saka. The more he is more involved, and if Aubameyang is having an off game, it's a pretty bad game. So yeah.
Yeah, not bad at all. All right, and to round off our review here, we have Crystal Palace won, Brighton won the Monday game. So Wilfred Zaha with 8 points, scoring the goal, and of course Gallagher so far very consistent for Crystal Palace with the assist, 4 points, not too bad. So those were really the standouts, and Guaita of course making 3 saves. So you got the extra point there. So 3 points in total for Guaita, not too bad. And of course, on the Brighton side, well, no save points really for Sanchez. Um, Veltman with the assist. So he got 7 points.
Mhm.
And of course, Mope doing pretty well. Mope scoring when he can, not too bad. So 9 points there for Mope. And who do we look forward to as Brighton assets and Crystal Palace assets?
Um, I think a lot of people have Sanchez, which is not a bad shout because once Brighton has a good game, especially when they're home, they tend to get the little clean sheets. So and Sanchez makes a lot of saves. Unfortunately, not this game week, but yeah, if you have Sanchez, keep him. Mope is a decent shot. However, Mope was very much invisible last game. He had like twice points for the only time I saw him on the screen, and that was in the beginning when he got fouled in the box, and then in the 90th when he come and scored their last goal. And but he's clinical. Once you give him a he finish. For Crystal Palace, Zaha looks like the man at the moment. Quite consistent. He has been scoring back to back, and he's on penalties. So I wouldn't mind Zaha, but I have Gallagher on my team. He won the penalties, and he is always in the box. He's always involved, and he's very much an attacking threat. So I'll put my cards on Gallagher. Oh, and if you have Guaita, that's not a bad shout. He makes a lot of
True,
saves for this
true, true,
support.
true. Well, all right. All right, so that rounds up the review action. So we're going to go now and we'll show you our teams. I'll show my team first. I'll show you guys how I did, and then we show Antonio's own, and then of course we will big up our league leader. So let me get up on the screen really quickly for you guys. All right. All right, so there we have it. So I grabbed 68 points. I asked the FPL go to 64, so I am very grateful. That brought me up to the 400 mark, and I am up with with my ranking. My ranking is pretty. I'm taking that very damn good. So I'm up in the 500,000s there. Very, very, very good. Coming down now, so I had Ryle, Trent, Diaz, Christensen, not too bad. The Curry, of course, with 11. I captain Salah, so I got 14 there. Had Pogba, didn't do too well. Sarr, of course, and of course Gallagher with the assist. Antonio and Vardy up top. Now, of course, I had Jose Sarr on the bench and Cody and Reguilon. So that's 24 points there on the bench, just linemen, but that's all right. Green arrows, though, Oliver Queen settings, not upset at all, right? And number one and number two in a few of the leagues, top three, not too bad, taking that, right? Not a sprint, it's a marathon. We're taking our time.
Yeah.
Before Antonio shows me his team, let me quickly just go into the league here and show you guys who's number one in the our fantasy pavilion head to head. So it's still for another week running, still Kevin Lala. All right, congrats, Tottenham fan, or at least you have something to celebrate. Very good. All right, so Kevin on top, and he's on 409 points. Let's see what Kevin did to reach there. So he had Foster in his as his goalkeeper, Livramento, Trent Alonso. So terrible with the back line. He had Benrahma, Rafinha, Gray, Greenwood, Salah. All right, not too bad. And Vardy, and of course, like everyone else except me, he captained Ronaldo. Didn't pay off too well, and well, nothing. Doesn't have to cry about his bench. Nothing lacking on his bench. So thankfully, all right, and he had 48 points. So not too bad, not too bad. He's on the 400 mark and he's in the top 400,000 here. So not too bad at all. Not too bad at all at all. Antonio, ready to share your. All right, so it's up there. Let me get this ready.
I'm not ready to share.
All right, so we have Antonio's up on the screen. Antonio, run
Alright,
run
so
us through.
I had Sanchez in the back,
Right.
Trent, Alonso, Van Dijk. When you accumulate all these points, it's a maximum of 5 points these four players got, which was terrible. They had a very off game. Benrahma with 3, Gray with 6, Salah with 7, Townsend with 10, and well, my midfield did pretty decent, to be very honest. And I felt like if I had captain one of my midfielders, I would have gotten a little more, a little more
True,
grace.
true. If you had captain an
Even
Everton
with Saint
player, true.
Maximin as well, because I was really tempted on captain and Saint Maximin. But the captain, the goat himself, and the goat didn't eat his grass on the day, so it is what it is. But I did pay the price because my bench has Sa
Hmm.
14, one with 2, that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 points on my bench. So this is why I said I'm not going to drop Janssen ever again. He's going to be playing until he can't. Only when I see something red or something yellow, that's when I'm not going to play him. But other than that, he's going to be playing from now on. Sa is a very tricky one. I feel like I'll start Sa next game week only because Brighton are playing Arsenal, and I have Arsenal as a stronghold for next game week actually, because I feel like they are going to score, and I don't think Brighton have the threat to really break down the Arsenal backline.
Well, all right. So there you have it, guys. That's our episode for today. Thank you very much for watching. So don't forget we're going live Sunday. So come through, join us. Don't be shy. Comment, chat. If you want to slide in on the live and all, we'll send you a link. Just message us and we'll slide you a link. If you would like to be a guest on any one of our shows, Chopping Block, preview, review, if even the top five, I'm starting to have guests on the top five as well. Slide in my DMs. Don't forget to check out all my preview, all my reviews, sorry, all my preview fixtures, my 11s that I'm going to be putting up, my predicted 11s, and my predicted captains, my predicted defenders, goalkeepers, all that on my Instagram. Look out for top five coming very soon. Thank you very much, guys, for the love and support. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers, so continue sharing, letting your friends know about it. And of course, happy picking. We're out.